Okay, we live. Hey, this is Queen with PTSD while black. I know, a second video in one night? Yes. I have to finish doing my hair, so I might as well talk, right? Um, I wanted to talk about the gang stalking. One thing that had happened with it. By the way, this is my channel. This is where I talk about my experiences and feelings. It has no bearing for anybody else. If it makes you uncomfortable, you can just keep scrolling. This does not have to be for you. I am not for everybody. Anyway, but I'm somebody who lives with traumas. So as the traumas are being repeated, I do give myself the space to talk about them. But one of the things that I noticed with the gang stalking situation, I thought it was fascinating actually, how the initiators of the stalking itself, the people who spread the rumors and started the issue, were white, and how they used and manipulated people of color to come after me. I thought it was really, really interesting. Um, and what was coming up for me with this is how, as part of the Black community, we have this challenge of why are we so divided? Well, why does a certain group of people provide the weapon, the means to create harm inside a country or inside a group to further tear them apart? So I'm really feeling like what I have gone through very much so orchestrated. Let's just put it that way. Um, if I go missing, I was right. Anyway, no. But what was coming up for me about this, because I'm a very much so, before I got involved with this voice acting community, I'm very much so pro Black and brown communities. Buying Black, giving back to the communities, empowering children to see themselves as something more than just what stereotypes are provided in the media. That's who I am. So I guess that would be a threat for somebody's story or point of view or wanting to continue a certain system. And I noticed that the height of the gang stalking was just when I was creating a group on the karaoke app Smule for Black and brown members of the community to have a safe space to um, create, sing, write, and act, um, especially when there are traumatic events that are happening that affect us. Because that's what I was finding my reality was, is that no one could relate to my trauma response that I was having to police brutality. A video that was on the news that of a man getting shot by the cops who was running away. Um, so no one else in that space could understand it. And so I was creating a space for, you still want to sing, you still want to act, you still want to create, but you just don't feel safe this week. You can be safe here. Not to segregate, not to separate, not to leave anyone out, but just knowing that you'd have a safe space to come to perform, to write stories about what your experience is like as a person of color. That's what I was creating. And then my computer got hacked on the day that I was launching the group. So that also makes me feel like what I've experienced may have been racially motivated. Um, Definitely a hate crime in that case, as well as yeah, hate crime racially, as well as a hate crime against somebody who's differently able, who is living with complex PTSD. Um, yeah, so I just really recognize that, and so these folks who are instigating this can throw the rocks and hide their hands by um, getting other people to post certain things with the ambient abuse of posting songs or videos about things that I had privately discussed with this gentleman or during mediation. Um, Getting other people to repost things on TikTok so that I would be able to see them or to be part of the um, forced for you page that's coming through. So it was really like a way of dividing the Black community, which is not what I wanted to do. So that's just what I want to say, that was present in this experience. And by the way, I've noticed for the past few videos, if you've been commenting, I can't see comments. So I know somebody is manipulating my comments here on YouTube. Because I saw somebody who was like, I think a son of one of the Chi-lites was trying to comment something about gang stalking behavior, but the comment wasn't appearing on the video. It was only in the like notifications or something like that I happened to notice it. I'm like, what? Oh. So I don't know. I don't know who all got involved in this. But the point being is that it was using communities of color to come against another person of color. That, calling that out, I think that's vicious. I think that it's disgusting to me. And if anyone is wanting to resolve what has happened, which I'm looking for the situation to be resolved amicably, it would take owning that this behavior was used. And the example I'll give is when I was watching tarot readers, I was predominantly watching Black tarot readers. And then I noticed one day that somebody who I had watched started giving some very negative, extremely hostile readings towards people of color. Not people of color, excuse me, towards my sign element, water. And I was like, that's very weird. She's not normally like this. This is not normally how she communicates. But I think some people were paying people to do that. So, yeah. This may seem like one long conspiracy theory. Okay. But of the least, I had noticed that the messaging that I've been getting recently has been other Black people, or especially LGBTQ Black people, which is sad, commenting against or being sassy against just forced, I think, more on the For You page. It's just really these people are just making their own videos, first of all, probably about whatever's going on in their own lives, not directed at me, but it was forced on my For You page. You know, stuff that they recorded in July is being forced on my For You page in October as people of color. So I think that's very interesting. Yeah, that's really, really interesting. So how do we resolve this? You know, that's what I was thinking about. How do we resolve the fact that this experience of gang stalking has happened? It has happened. I'm still getting responses as of today. I'm still getting forced messages on YouTube, which is so stupid. I'm like, you guys, if you cared about resolving this, you would have already spoken to me. I don't think you care about resolving it, but I'm going to treat you with humanity and dignity, unlike how you treated me, and offer the opportunity of resolving this. Obviously, I know a bunch of y'all are following me with fake profiles. Feel free to comment and say, I want to heal this. And then we could set up some sort of like powwow or video, yeah, like Zoom or something like that. But I know it may feel really hard to go back and correct this behavior because it was heinous. And I understand that's probably why racism still exists, is because it's such a heinous act that has been participated in for centuries, and that we have a government that's built in it, that's steeped in it. Our capitalism is steeped in it, that it's very hard to say, okay, we made some mistakes and we've really hurt people and we want to change. And this is what we're willing to do to change. It may be hard. There's a lot of hurt pride that goes along with it. But if in the end is creating a result where you don't have the stress, the fear, the anger, the anxiety of what the other person's doing, because I know you're stressed out. I know you are stressed out because I watched you be stressed out about your girlfriend being lured away from you and your wife. I watched that stress. So I've watched how things affect you. And you don't have to go through that. You don't. It's self-imposed. So what are you willing to do? This is what I offer for those who are involved. Well, isn't that really interesting? I offer for those who were involved in this to look at how you can say, just to yourself in the mirror, I've participated in something that was hurtful to others. I don't know how to resolve this, but I'm willing to resolve this. If you can do that with yourself, I think that would be a good start towards resolving this instead of continuing to react. This space, I'm going to try to keep my TikTok around my voice acting, but this space is my place to vent, and this is where I'm going to vent, and it may be just emotions in the moment. Oh fuck, I forgot to mention that from the meditation, that feelings are like farts. Okay, feelings are like farts, and we have a responsibility for what we put in to our bodies, right? Because it creates what will come out. So right now, what we've put in is a lot of toxicity, a lot of control, hurt, manipulation. That's the consume. That's like eating a bunch of sugar, or if you're lactose intolerant, eating a bunch of ice cream and cheese. Okay? And it feels really bad in our bodies. And ooh, the poop. You're going to have to deal with the poop that comes from it, right? And it may be messy, sticky, all the weird ways that poop can be, but it's not a solid poop that you get. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been putting in a bunch of junk, a bunch of poison. Well, because you're an adult, it is your responsibility to wipe your own ass, right? So that's what I'm offering, is for you to wipe your ass yourself. Because what is happening is that you are taking in this toxicity and participating in this toxicity and expecting me to wipe your ass. And that ain't gonna happen. I'm gonna wipe my own ass for my behavior, and I have done that with making amends. And so that's what I'm telling you that would be needed towards resolving this, is for you to clean up after yourselves. You made a mess. You partied too much and took a lot in, and now there's shit all over the walls, guys. It's time to go clean that up. I think it can be done. We can be a microcosm for what our government is doing just by choosing to resolve this little issue in a very small space. So why not just fix it? Unless somebody's profiting off of it. And then why couldn't they profit off of it being fixed? Think of it that way. Till next time. Peace.